Welcome back, everybody, to episode 6 of the Everfrost campaign. We're on the road to Valia, way up north, after our band of adventurers met a man named Sigurd, who traveled with a group known as the Vagabonds. After a long day of fighting goblins in a forest and finding a future friend in that of a polar bear that bears the markings of Valia as well. You guys are able to recover Mo's treasure as well as his sword that he wished to keep to preserve his dwarven lineage. After much debate, he decided to keep it rather than return it, as of right now, using it instead to help this curse set upon Valia. That's where we begin today. So, it's a 2-day travel northwards to Valia. And while you guys are on the way there, is there anything you'd like to do, say, or prepare? You guys are all in the back of Stinley's wagon, of Stinley's sled, being dragged by his horses, or by his wolf-esque creatures, heading northwards as the wind perilously shifts the sled back and forth, blowing in, seeping through some cracks in the wood, and as well as some of the tears in his caravan, sending a cold rush of chilled air down your arm and your spine.
Is the polar bear still with us? Or
He's in the big one. He couldn't fit in your guys'.
Could,
he's
like,
not the big
when
one.
we bed down to rest, could I cast speak with animals and talk with them?
Yes, you could.
Alright, that's what I want to do.
So the first day comes to an end during this travel. At the end of the day, you guys decided to stop for the night. You rest in a pretty desolate area in this large, vapid expanse of an icy tundra. You see mountains rise in the distance from where you guys came. You're able to see both sides of these eastern and western mountaintops that surround the town of White Wake, just peering over the horizon in the distance. It's a relatively clear afternoon, though the wind is still ever prevalent for you guys. During that night, the caravans made a neat and ordained half circle, an attempt to block the wind. You guys are all sat around a fire. Sigurd is talking with the rest of the vagabonds. They're all sharing a tale with one another, eating and drinking their provisions as they brought. When you're able to speak with animals, and you approach your bear.
This may seem unexpected, but how's it going? You got a name?
The bear looks up at you in surprise as he's able to understand what you're saying. He squints at you through these darkened black pupils that blend in and mesh with the rest of the black paint that kind of surrounds his eyes. He looks up and in a low, kind of gravelly tone, he goes, "The name is Bjornsson."
Bjornsson.
I wasn't expecting somebody to understand me.
Yeah, no, I kind of picked up this little trick just growing up. Spent a lot of time around the wildlife and decided it'd be a good idea to kind of reach out and talk to them. Wasn't able to do it when we first met. Had to take a little rest, kind of recalibrate my abilities. But I think it'd be good that we kind of get to know each other. Those goblins, what do you know about them, if anything?
Bjornsson does not know much about these goblins. One day, after a long journey in this wooden crate, the wooden jails that surrounded me, I was ditched into the woodlands and the forest. And after a day or two of traveling, I stepped in the jaws of a metal beast.
Mm-hmm.
And as I did that, those goblins, as you call them, surrounded me and prodded me.
Yeah. Honestly, yeah. We noticed you were pretty far from home. So that kind of was a little concerning, but you seem to be pretty quick to befriend us. I mean, I appreciate it. I didn't want to have to go toe to toe with you. You look like you could crush me in an instant. But I just was grateful that you decided to come along, I guess. What caused that curiosity out of you?
He shifts to more of an upright position where he sits with his hands kind of over his chest and his legs are on the ground in almost a crisscross manner. And he sits up. He's dwarfing you in height now. Yeah. And he says, well, you reminded me of some people back home. You see, before I was entrapped in the wooden cage, I had friends who took care of me, and I took care of them as well. And well, after a day of travel, something ambushed us and attacked us. And Bjornson's friends, unfortunately, forgot about him. Or tried to save me. It was all a rather large blur. But eventually, I woke up and I was in the wooden cage.
So you had friends before. Humanoids, I assume. Those kind of friends or more bear friends?
Much so like you all. And
Yeah.
as he says this, you guys kind of look over and you see the bears just talking in his bear's voice, trying to communicate, and he's enunciating as he does. He looks at you and he says, yes, we were quite known in our town. The Stormstriders is what we were called. And I wish to return to them. I do not know when I will be able to or where we are going, but that is the hope.
Yeah, I mean, I love you here. Just from the little bit that we saw, I'd be happy for you to stay with us. But also, I'd love to get you back to the Stormstriders as soon as we could. If they're still around. It sounds like potentially they could have also been thrown up. It doesn't seem like a group like yourselves so close together would have just forgotten about you and left you. I hope nothing bad happens to them.
I hope not as well. And I hope to see them one day.
Were they up in, I guess, where you were before? Yeah. So they're where you're from, correct?
Yeah,
Okay.
we were all up there.
Yeah. Well, that's where we're headed. We've heard there's some kind of curse over the land, which potentially was part of why you ended up down here in the first place. So, hopefully we can maybe work together and try and find your friends again.
Bjornson would be very grateful for that.
Well, yeah, we'll do the best we can.
Oh, I do quite miss the brain and the bronze of the Stormstriders.
They sound like a pretty tough group of individuals.
That they are. I hope you meet them one day.
I agree. Sounds like we might get along, especially with the way you've interacted with us so far.
He kind of sits back down into his laying position. He kind of moves a little bit away from the fire. He's made for these conditions, and so.
I'll just walk back, kind of sit down.
Okay.
Begin whittling a stick.
Okay.
Some kind.
What time of day is it?
This is the first nightfall of your guys' journey, and so I'd say the sunset maybe 2.5 hours ago, roughly.
Okay.
So you can go converse with bears?
Yeah. Something I learned just in my time on the trails, just working. Just part of the part of the nature of my magic. Where does yours come from?
That's a story I'm not too happy to tell.
Oh.
For one, yeah, my understanding of it is not the brightest. Two, it comes in with, let's say, my past.
I mean, from what I've seen, you seem pretty versed in it. You deal quite a bit with it. And you're a little frail, but you're trouble for the other guys if they don't get you down first.
Well, being left alone with nothing but your thoughts and magic does bring you somewhere.
Doesn't sound like my cup of tea. But you're pretty strong for it, so I'll give you that. If you're ever up for it, I'd be happy to talk to you about it sometime.
Maybe.
Not right now, if that's alright.
Okay, can I re-roll investigation to look around and see where everyone's at? Like, who's going to sleep? Is there anyone?
You roll perception instead of
Perception.
investigation.
That's
Yeah.
what I meant, sorry.
Yeah, you're good.
13. Yeah,
13?
14, sorry.
14.
Plus 3. Yeah.
Okay, so you look around and you see the vagabonds are all, once again, telling tales, kind of pushing each other around, and as they do, one falls, grabs his knee and goes, "Oh, I'm not made like I used to be." And he stands up and he kind of waddles over, favoring that knee. They sit around the campfire. Now, your party, you see the bear that you guys recently brought with you, conversing, and kind of just sitting around the rest of the party. So you can see everybody kind of just meandering about, dazing off here and there. But there is one that you don't see, and it's like you, Olive Coin, is Meet the Music Man.
Okay. Did he leave anything behind? Is there anything he left behind, or is
From what you can see, no.
no bag?
No.
Can I be stealthy about it where he wouldn't see me, but walk around and try to find him?
Yeah. Yeah, we try. Jordan, roll stealth.
8.
8. You try to creep around as best as you can. It's a relatively open environment besides the caravans. You kind of try to hug the wall and you look under, look around. And as you do, you walk to the back of your guys' sled where the figure you're looking for is standing with his back to it, and he's looking down at this blade in his hand. He's kind of faceting it and sharpening it, and he puts it away. It looks more like not necessarily a knife to cut with. And then he starts to draw out his lute, and as he does, he looks over his shoulder and he sees you. And he goes, "Yes?"
Oh, sorry, sir. Do you still have the sleeping bags prepared from the other day?
I think I have a few. We used some of them to lift the bear up, and those were adequately used at that time, but I might have one or two.
Well, do you care if I take one, or do you want them all for yourself for the night?
He looks and he turns to where his bag is set in the back of the caravan still. Begins rummaging through it, and he pulls out this feathery potato sack. It's flipped inside out. He flips it the right side, and he hands it to you. He goes, "There you go, then."
Okay. Can I lay it down in the caravan?
You want to try to walk past him and climb up into the sled and try to sleep in it?
Yeah.
Yeah. You walk around him in front of him and kind of looks out at you as you do. He begins to start trying to tune his lute. You step one foot into the sled, and as you do, it kind of lurches under your weight. You can hear some snow crunching beneath you, and you get to the back of the sled and lay it on the ground.
Okay. I'm gonna just get in the. It's because it's like a sleeping bag.
Yeah,
right?
it's like a sleep.
Well, my head will still poke out though.
You could fully go in it if you wish,
Yeah.
but you can make it to where just your head pokes out. Yeah.
Okay. Yeah, I'll just have my head poked out and like kind of close my eyes, but where I still have them dim to see if he like leaves or anything.
Okay.
Fake sleep, basically.
Okay. Go to your performance. Or deception, whichever one you want. I think that they should be the same. 11. Okay, you lay down, you kind of roll over to your side to where your neck is craned a little bit, and you kind of peer one eye open. And as you do, he's sitting there and he's still plucking away at his lute. He does this for maybe 10 minutes or so before it's finally all strung. He does this to all of the instruments, tuning them in fashion. And finally he grabs onto his own sleeping bag and he kind of coddles inside of the sled at the end of it, and he pulls out this book and he begins looking through it, turning pages as he does.
Okay. Can I use this? I have no idea how to pronounce it.
Thaumaturgy?
Yes. And try to change the color of the campfire to like bright blue or something.
The one that everybody's sitting around?
Yeah.
Yeah, so you could, yeah. You have to see it though, so you'd have to get up out of bed.
Can I not see it where I'm laying down?
No. You're inside the back of the sled, and the sled's covered with the actual like caravan tarp.
Okay. Can I like peek out and just do it and just like the second I look up, so it's almost like instantaneous. Like I get up right when it happens.
You can definitely try. It's pretty well covered. There's some slits in the side that you have to move over to and kind of peer your eye through.
Okay, I'll try to like just like roll around to like one of the slits.
Okay.
To look.
You kind of lazily flip over once or twice, and as you do, he's paying no mind to you.
Yeah.
You kind of lick through a little slip in the caravan sheet, and as you do, the flame in the middle of the campsite blazes blue. As it does, the vagabonds look at it, and they kind of all point to it and point to each other. One of them pushes another one, and they begin laughing away. The rest of you guys see the flames turn blue as well.
Mighty fine.
I'm just gonna be like,
Okay.
we're under attack!
You gonna scream it?
No,
Or-
no.
Oh.
I'm like, do you think we're under attack?
Oh, okay.
And like be all panicky.
He stops flipping through his book. He looks at you and he goes, no, I don't think so. And he looks out the side of the tent, sticking his head out into the cold. He kind of looks both ways and looks back and he goes, I think it's just your imagination.
The fire just turned blue, sir. What do you mean?
And he kind of looks out and he goes, nobody else is paying any mind to it. I think we're okay. It might just be a party trick.
Alright. I'm just gonna go back to laying there.
Okay.
Playing like I'm asleep.
Okay. You fake trying to be asleep again. You lay down, your neck craned once more, kind of peering your eye out. For maybe 20 or so minutes, he finishes with this book. As he does anybody else sleep beside the actual sled, or do they find a spot outside?
I'll find a spot outside.
I'll find a spot outside.
Okay.
Yeah, Rowan's just gonna go up to a tree and kind of put his back on it and
Okay.
put his legs out in front of him.
You guys are kind of on this large, icy tundra, so it's more like a snow desert than like there's no like woods or anything for a long stretch.
I was having my
So
head.
there's the sleds, and then the fire, and then the polar bear.
I'm just gonna have like my head on this sled. Just kind of just like this.
Rowan's gonna kind of try and stay in the middle of everything, not go off on his own.
Eventually, he put the book away and he lays his head back and he begins to breathe melodic and rhythmic breaths as he tries to drift off to sleep.
Okay. I'm gonna like count to like 100 in my head.
Okay.
And then just like get out of bed as quiet and discreet as I can.
Okay, roll stealth.
11
11 plus
4 plus or 9 plus 3.
12. Okay. You begin to sit up and you kind of look around. Just take a step forward and a slight creaking in the wood beneath you, but the person pays no attention. What would you like to do?
just search his bag as quiet as we can.
Search his bag next to him.
Yeah. Because I have dark vision, so I can't see everything. in it,
Yeah,
right?
yeah. You'd be able to see a good outline, a good outline of everything in there. You walk over to his bag, which is right next to his person. You begin searching through a roll investigation.
Ominous.
Ooh, I got ads. How do you know it's a Domino's ad?
What is the bar?
It said Domino's.
It said
The
Domino's.
first thing.
Oh, okay.
I got a 16.
Who
Sorry to break the
ordered
immersion.
Domino's?
16?
Correct. You look like a person who worked Domino's.
16? Okay. You begin to rummage around his bag, and as you do, you begin to pilfer through, pull out instruments. There's spare mouthpieces, some strings for his violin and his lute, and you see where he keeps his coin in the separate pouch. And you reach down and you pull out this kind of booklet-esque thing that he was reading earlier. You flip through it and you see there's scripts of music that he's reading and reciting that you were watching him do earlier. Not only that, but there was also some other things in that book as well. As you kind of skimmed through it, flipping page after page, you find a interesting loose piece of paper that's more wedged into the book rather than an actual piece of the book itself. You open it up and you begin to reach your finger in. You crumple this small piece of paper and you begin to unroll it, and as you do, you feel a sharp grab onto your wrist, and you look over, and his eyes dart over to you, and he goes, "You know, it's rude searching on people's stuff without asking them."
I'm just gonna kind of slightly put it back in the book.
Okay, you begin to just put it back into the book page. As you do, it kind of loosens his grip, and he goes, "What are you rummaging around in there for anyways? There's nothing in there that you need to know that I haven't told you."
I'm a kid and I'm bored. I can't sleep. What do you want me to do?
He sits back up, and he takes his sleeping bag off. He grabs his bag from you, and he straps it over his back, and he looks down at you. And he goes, "You know, I was beginning to like you." He takes a step out of the sled, and he kind of steps down. He looks at you, and he goes, "Don't do that again."
Is the music something special to you?
Go and roll insight.
You got 3.
A 3?
Oh, there's plus 3 actually, 6.
6. As you're trying to read the face of the music man, after pretending to be asleep and rummaging through his bag as he sleeps just a few feet away from you, you pulled out his book, and as you flipped through it, you saw sheets of music that you were unable to read, unable to understand, and the final little sheet in the slip, you remember vividly pulling it out and trying to read it, unable to decipher after pilfering through his belongings, something that does not belong to you, and him telling you that you shouldn't be doing that. It's rude to filter through people's stuff. The music man looks at you as he steps out of the sled that he was going to sleep in with you. And he steps out and he looks at you with a disappointed face, and he says, "You have a disgruntled look, more so of a betrayal that you would sort through his things while he was sleeping."
What are you looking for?
Oh, I just wanted to see how you play music so good, and I was wondering if I could be as good as you one day. So I tried to look through your book to see if there's anything I can learn about it.
Can I roll insight?
Sure.
23.
He is lying clear through his teeth. Not only is he lying, he has no interest in your music at all, and he wasn't looking at your music either. He was looking at a small tucked away piece of paper in that book. And from your insight roll from earlier, you could tell, I mean, his emotions are pretty blatant based off of what he's giving you, but other than that, you can't really read him, UQ.
I'm gonna ask you again. What were you looking for?
Myself. I'm just gonna walk away.
Okay. You kind of turn around in the sled, you make your way down to the end of it, a good 10 or so feet away.
Before he gets out of earshot, I'm gonna call out. Come back here, I'd like to talk a little longer.
What would you like to do?
I'd like to make sure I'm inside of the rest of my
Everybody? Okay, so you have to step out of the sled to do that, past him. So you step out of the sled, feet crunching into the heavy snow beneath you. This man pretty tall in comparison to the height of you, and you can see the flame is flickering the blue, but it's more so an ember glow now as the blue begins to fade away. You can see the vagabonds from here.
Okay. What'd you? Oh, you said, so yeah. So I'm in earshot. So I came back.
Yeah, you can see most people now.
Look, you know, I've said this same thing to more than just you, to people all across where I've traveled, and people here in the same group that we're in right now. I don't know you, you don't know me. We don't know what we've gone through or where we're going. We can't necessarily trust each other, but we're gonna have to pretend to. I know you have secrets. You know I have secrets. Everyone does. So let's keep those to ourselves. Otherwise, things go haywire a lot faster than we want them to. If you have any questions, go ahead and ask away. But you don't need to sort through my belongings to try and find music.
Sorry, I've just came across some papers from the syndicate, and I just was wondering if you had the same sort of thing. That's all.
What papers, if you don't mind me asking? You can keep it to yourself if you want, but right now, I'm all ears.
I'll tell you, but you have to tell me what type of work you do for the syndicate. Because if you work for a certain organization, then you probably will never see me.
Are we within earshot of this?
No.
Okay.
And if you were, most of you guys kind of drift off to sleep. It's been maybe 20 or so minutes before you lay down. So I'd say these are probably the only two that are awake at this moment.
Well, my chain of command is directly related with a hierarchy in the syndicate. The people I work for are known. I'm undercover, but my organization isn't. If you work for someone, or not work for, if you are talking about someone who your average syndicate worker wouldn't know, then I don't know them. We had a similar conversation the other day when you were confronting me, which I don't blame you for whatsoever. I know the syndicate is a bad, bad place, but it's where I live, it's who I work for, and although this may be the wrong viewpoint, as long as I stay out of the bad stuff, then I'm clean.
Can you stay out of the bad stuff and still consider yourself fulfilling your job?
I don't know. If I only do what they tell me and don't have any control over what I say yes and no to, am I even me?
But what do you have control of? What do you say yes and no to?
Well, to be blunt, it's for me to decide. If there's a job I don't want to do, I'll try and find a way to work around it. I've done it a couple times. I'm sure I can do it again. If it ever gets to a point where I don't want to and they're going to make me, I'll disappear.
So if they asked you to kill a child, what would you do?
I'd disappear.
How to use insight?
Sure, you can go inside, yeah. Make an insight check.
I missed the thing. 19.
19.
Wait, yes, 19.
As far as you can tell, he's being pretty upright with it, being truthful about what he's saying.
Okay, then I'll pull up the paper that I showed.
Okay. You reveal the paper that you revealed to Calderon in the previous days, and you hand it over to him. You grab the paper from the small elven child and you begin to skim through it. You read that he was marked as priority cargo, and there's maybe a dozen or so names on it as well. Next to his name is a number, and it's 00117. After viewing it, you see the bottom of it, and there's the official brand of the Ironwood Syndicate. More specifically, the Steel Chain subdivision of the Syndicate that you would know a little bit of. The Laborer and Slavers Guild for the labor subgroup. And it says return or bring back, and with its utmost priority.
Can I roll history, see if it
Oh yeah.
rings any bells?
You know history.
$18.
18. You more so asking about the steel chain or the.
Yes.
You know that they're a group of slavers, not directly associated or under the contract of the Ironwood Syndicate. You know that they act more as a mercenary and a group for hire that the Syndicate has contracted. And you know that their main priority is grabbing escapees as well as capturing people that tried to flee from the Syndicate's servitude.
Okay, I'm gonna glance over the paper, hand it back to him, and I never saw this.
I'll say, and I never saw your music. Sorry, I couldn't trust you, but I just don't want to be killed. I've been through so much, and I'm this young, and I don't know who to trust. Anything Syndicate, from where I was and the people I was around, just meant evil.
I am going to cast message
Okay.
to him, and I point at him is I say, you can't tell anyone about this, but I'm not being honest with many people or any people right now. All I can tell you is I hate the Syndicate more than anyone I know. That includes you. Then I'll bring my hand down and cast a spell. And I'll go sit down wherever I was before.
Okay. You crawl back into the back of the sled, kind of sit propped up against it. You hear the message ring throughout your ears telepathically from him.
Alright, I'm gonna use I'm gonna walk behind the thing, grab my tinderbox,
Okay.
and burn the letter.
Okay.
Or I'm assuming he gave it back to me after.
Yes.
Yeah.
You gonna burn the paper?
Yeah.
You strike a flame from your small piece of tinder, and as you do, it burns in your hands and illuminates this kind of dark blue face of yours and lightens your white, messy hair that covers over your eyes. You put it to the bottom corner of the page, and as you do, it slowly creeps up this parchment paper as it crawls and eats away at the words, engulfing them entirely. Eventually, it's gone into oblivion, and the paper is burnt completely.
Alright. I'm gonna walk back to where I was, because he's inside the thing, right?
Yeah.
And as I walk past him, I'm just gonna be mumbling to myself, but like all I can hear is like me saying, is like, I'd kill them all, and just go to bed.
After a night of much talk between animal and man, and man, all of you drift off to sleep, and the next day begins. And as it does, the morning sunrise peeks over the horizon once more. The wind picks up ever so slightly, and as the wind picks up, so does your guys' sleds. The sharp tracks of the polar bears leave their indention in the earth, and as they do, rumbles occur around you guys where snow plumes kind of puff out from both sides of your sleds, all of your sleds, creating this rolling wave of very thin snow kind of fog clouds across this tundra. The day passes and then comes to the night. That night, Sigurd kind of gives a debrief. He stands up, and as he does, he walks towards the flames in the middle of everybody, and he goes, "All right, everybody. Thank you for traveling with us so far. I'm ever grateful for all of you." And he looks over to the vagabond, and he goes, "To those I'm familiar, he looks up to you guys, and to those who I am not. The land of Valia is one that I hold very dear to my heart. And hopefully soon we'll have the means of freeing it and rescuing it from this curse that has been plagued upon it." He looks around, glancing at each of you in the eyes, and he says, "Here's the plan for the morrow. In the morning, we'll rise and make our way towards Valia. Once we arrive there, we'll split off. The vagabonds will make their way into town, and we will go out to the forest, where I believe the Ice Speaker is. That is the one who could help us. He is the key to all of this. Without his help, I doubt we will make it very far. So, once again, thank you all for joining me." He turns around. The vagabonds give a cheer to him, and as they do, he walks over to them. They settle around the fire once more on this final night of the journey. The night disappears in the day. The morning rises, and once more the sleds travel on. Eventually, the two groups break apart. The vagabonds and their two wolf sleds fly off into the distance towards the town of Valia. The surrounding terrain has changed, definitely. From once you could see mountainsides and rolling hills, now it's a very long and flat land. The snow and snow-filled mist that kind of surrounds you guys that have been ever present, maybe 120 feet or so in the distance, just thin enough to where you can easily see through it, and become thick and surrounding and encapsulating for you guys. You make your way, following your Stinley, and Sigurd is on the front now, with Stinley as well. You can hear from the front, Stinley's talking over him, and he kind of being talking back and forth. Stinley goes, "Well, now that they're departed from us, it's just us now. Great. Which way now?" And Sigurd goes, "Well, if you just keep on traveling northwestward towards any kind of points into a direction, you feel the car shift just ever so slightly, and the wood creak beneath them as he shifts in the driver's seat. If you just travel that way for a little bit, we should reach the outline of the forest. Once we reach there, we'll travel on by foot. We'll need some people to stay back and watch this as we do, but it'll be maybe half day's journey inwards, and once we arrive, it's all bargaining from there." And you hear him step off of the front of the sled, and he crunches the snow as he does towards the right side of the caravan, the right side of the sled. He opens the back, kind of shutters, and you guys look as the snow blows behind him, kind of brushing his cold swept black hair over to the side, under his large brown hood. And he looks at you guys and he goes, "Well, once we arrive at the forest, in maybe an hour or so, we'll travel the rest on foot. And once we do, it'll all be up to us to get the Ice Whisperer's help."
What is our task exactly?
Well, quite frankly, while the Ice Whisperer is our key to doing this, the vagabonds, the men I've been traveling with, unfortunately, just they don't really have it anymore. All of us are old.
Mm-hmm.
And
Kind of noticed that.
to be quite frank with you all, we haven't had an actual fight in the past 80 years, maybe. Even a bar fight. And while we tell tales of each other, tales of you all, quite frankly, you are the ones that are going to be doing most of the heavy lifting. I will be accompanying you all, of course, but the vagabonds will be staying back in town.
Well, that's fine, but what exactly is our heavy lifting duty? I mean, we're all here for help, but we don't want to run in there and get ourselves killed, you know? I mean, especially with that. I mean, I noticed y'all were kind of getting up there in age, but for you to not really be much of a help at all kind of dwindles our numbers a little bit. So we don't want to just run in there and kill ourselves.
I understand that. But the way that you handled the giant, the way that Stinley told us you did, even if it were not true tales of how it all went down, I still believe that you all did it. Not only that, but, well, quite frankly, you're our last hope.
Yeah, I don't doubt our strength, but do you have any idea what our task is or what our goal is? Or, I mean, I know our goal, but what do we need to do to accomplish it? Just talk to the Ice Speaker or Ice Whisperer, he knows what's going on?
He'll know more than me, but from what I've heard, again, I've not been in Valia for quite some time now. But from what I've heard, is just past the bridge of the Amber, the graveyards roll with the dead. Those who have found a permanent peace and permanent sleep no longer lay dormant. At night, some stalk through town. People shutter their doors in, and while the watchmen do their best to defend it, even they are scared like us.
Yeah, well, it's a good thing we got quite a few holy people with us then. They tend to fare well against the undead.
Here's hoping. And well, quite frankly, we do not know the origin of this. Not only do we not know the origin, but we also don't have the means to find out the origin or stop it.
Then it's our job to get to the bottom of this.
Quite frankly, yes.
Here, here.
And if it's too much of an ask for you all to solve the problem, I do not blame you all for not wanting to partake in this. But regardless, the Ice Whisperer will have many answers to our questions.
Okay, well, that clears it up a little bit. How we feeling, gang? Gorag, you been playing with your new toy?
Oh, nothing to stab a slash. So no.
Not even just some practice swings or trying to hunt a snow rabbit or anything?
The longsword. I'm already well versed with them.
Yeah, but it's... I mean, you never touched it. What if it breaks the first time you hit something with it? It is ancient.
I know it's a bad sword.
And what's your plan after that? Just gonna punch him with your hand?
Yeah.
Is that as strong as your sword or your big old axe?
Yeah.
Alright. Well, then, what are we even here for? This dude's got it covered.
Yeah, as he was hoping, Gordag's spleen ripper, as Stanley told us. Well,
Spleen ripper. I like that.
we should go ahead and get going now.
Yeah.
I'll let you all whenever we arrive.
Oh, thank you.
He walks back up to the front, crunches on the snow, gets onto the front of the sled, wood waning beneath him, and with a quick crack of his whip, Stinley ushers the wolves on. As you do, you hear the dozens of paw prints clamber into the ground. After maybe an hour or so of traveling, you guys are all halted to a stop. Out from the front, you can hear Stinley talking with Sigurd, and Sigurd goes, "Well, here's the fortress right here. Stanley, thank you very much for accompanying me on this and for agreeing to join. I do not know why you came, I never asked you, but thank you for joining." Stanley looks over and he goes, "Yeah, well, don't really got nothing going on, so." Anywho, and he kind of shifts around to see a little bit. You can hear Sigurd step out, and he taps the back of the actual sled, and he goes, "Well, it's time. We'll be on foot from here. Maybe half a day's journey in."
Awesome. Is the polar bear with us?
No. He went with the other people on the back of it. He couldn't fit with you guys.
Well, I was kind of hoping he'd accompany us, but our friend that we made, he has a name. I was able to speak with him. It's Bjornsson. He kind of originated from up here in the north, at least. I don't know specifically where, but he. The reason he was so calm around us was he actually came from a group kind of like ourselves. The Stormstriders is what they called themselves. I think whatever this here curse that we're about to take on kind of thing is probably what separated them. He said he ended up in a crate, walked down, and next thing you knew, he was surrounded by goblins in a bear trap. So, lucky we saved him, and that's another reason for us to be here. We're here to reunite him with his people. If you were kind of iffy on a reason, at least in the short time I've known him, I've kind of felt a nice friendship with him. I was able to have a conversation with some of my abilities, but I hope you can find some kind of reasoning for being up here. It's another reason for us to do this, if you're on the fence about it.
Sigurd says, "Well said."
Thank you, sir.
Well, shall we?
We shall.
Okay.
Let's find this whisper.
You step out and he goes, "Welcome to my home." And you step out and you see a vast distance of just ice-swept plains. There's snow piles here and there, but mostly you can see that the fog has kind of cleared up a little bit. The misty snow has, and you can see maybe 200, 300 feet in the distance, just ice. You turn around and you see what's something unlike you've ever seen before. There are trees made of pure ice here. It's a forest that scatters as far as the eye can see left and right. Trees of various heights kind of stand up across the distant horizon. And he goes, "Don't be fooled by the beauty of this place. The ice-shattered woods is not the place to tread lightly. Let's get going."
What, if you don't mind me asking, what causes them to do that? Why are the trees like that?
You guys begin walking in the snow, kind of steps beneath you. You kick up some with your boot as you walk, and he goes, not too sure. Ever since the frost hit, maybe a year or two after, we started noticing changes further into the forest. Eventually it spread out to here. Many people call it the heart of the winter in the center of this place.
I guess that's a fair reason. I just haven't. I've been all around the Everfrost and I've never seen anything like this quite before.
That's what most people say. Because I take pride in this place. Not many know of its existence. He begins walking forward, and as you guys sweep through this forest, you enter through, and it's something that you've never seen before. You see the pieces of your armor and cloth and the shiny bits of your clothes glimmer and beam between these large and tall ice sculptures that are clearly see-through. But as you kind of peek closer into the forest, instead of being able to see clear through, the beams of light from the various like sweeps of snow and you guys' armor shoot and beam across various pieces of this, creating almost a mirror maze of sorts. Sigurd goes, "It's quite easy to get lost here, so you should continue this way, follow me."
Yeah, stay close.
Around a day and a half of traveling, or around a half day of traveling, will get us to where we're going. Hopefully the ice whisperer will be able to help us. And you guys walk for a decent amount of time, maybe 5 or 6 hours pass. As you do, there's no signs of life in this forest at all. Until there is. After treading along and seeing these tall, splintering, kind of outreaching branches and hands of pure ice lurching down at you, and icicles dangling from them. It's quite beautiful. As you look up, you see the sun is splintered into 1,000 small rays and beams that shoots through this umbrella of ice, as if you're looking through a fly's eyes. These dozens of beams kind of glancing down towards you guys. Eventually, trees begin to thin out just a little bit here and there. Look forward.
Can I go up to one of the sort of ice trees and hold up my produced flame to it? Just try and heat it up, see what happens.
Sure. And the flame begins to flicker from your hands, and you reach your hand out, and as you do, the ice begins to slowly run water on the side.
Just want to, I mean, depending on how long it takes, I don't want to hold up a little trick, but just kind of keep going until it either reaches the middle or, I don't know.
Okay.
Keep going.
The flame producing against it, the water trickles down and vaporizes. As it does, it takes it's a good 30 seconds or so, and you've made no visible progress.
No visible progress?
No. There might be the slightest half inch of change from the heat.
Can I skip up to it? Like clearly in a happier mood than I was in the last days, and just like get this close and just stare at it.
Get super
And
close
then
to
just
it.
lick it.
Hey, watch out, little one. This flame will hurt you.
You kind of step around him, just not caring about his warnings, and you get super close to this ice tree, and you begin to look at it. You can see your eyes in the reflection, these beady white and kind of brownish eyes, and you stick your tongue out and you look up, and as you do,
Lick it.
your tongue just gracefully slides across this piece of ice.
Sweet.
You see that little one? Yeah. It's melting on the outside, but anything past the surface has no effect on it. I assure you my fire isn't working. It's pretty warm. My hands feel nice.
Sigurd says, yeah, don't really know what caused this or why it isn't affected by heat. He says, but he brings out a small hammer from his side and he swings it against it and he clings against the ice and it shatters like a spider web of sorts, kind of climbing in different directions. Very fragile.
Alright, why don't you try that? Test out your new toy. See what you got. I bet you can't knock it down in one swing.
Oh. Alright, I'm pulling out my great sword. Or no, I'm pulling out the great axe.
No, use your new one.
Oh, use
Use your new toy. See if
Alright,
it works.
I'm gonna hit it with my longsword.
Do we want to use
Okay.
a blade
Yeah.
on
Yeah.
something?
If it's like you said, if it's a good blade, it'll be alright.
Yeah.
But this is
What if
between
no?
a good blade to a bad blade.
What if no takes the price away from us?
He never knew that. He never knew. It was bad. It wasn't this bad before.
We'll be alright. Exactly.
Okay.
We could have found it that way.
You-
But even if it does, this sword could potentially be life or death for Gorak. If he's fighting an undead something, son of a gun, and he swings on him and it breaks on him, then he's left in the middle of nowhere with nothing. Except us. And I mean, I believe in you. I believe in us to protect him, but I don't want him to be defenseless out there on the battlefield. So I think this is a good test, not only for the weapon, but see how Gorak's grown as well. I just want to see what he can do.
I'm gonna hit the tree with the sword.
Okay. You raise back your axe. You rear it back, and as you do,
Longsword.
the snow
With the
kind of,
sword.
or the long sword, the new sword that you got, and you kind of rear your hand back, and as you do, you hear a voice call out from behind you, and from behind you, you hear, "I wouldn't do that if I were you." And you guys all turn around, and you see standing in front of you, dwarfing Gorag by a foot or so, kind of glancing down at you. This tall creature. I would like Maddox to describe your character.
That was tough.
Welcome to the table.
Let's go.
Welcome to the table.
What?
So go ahead and describe how your character looks.
I had my timing to come in.
Yeah, that was good too. Giant, 7'5".
Oh, I'm big. And, I lived in the forest, about a mile away from civilization.
And then what do you like? What do they see whenever they look at you?
What do you see? My head almost reaches like top of the trees.
This
Very strong.
7 foot
this
tall tree.
stone-skinned man that, like I said, dwarfs Gorag in height by about a foot. His hair, or his like kind of like sleek back head, graces along the bottom parts of these crystalline hanging leaves. He looks at you and he has this staff in his hand and he glances towards you. He has this brown kind of patched tunic with white swept along the rest of his body. You see that he is, you can see from his shoulders to his fingertips, he is bare skin. And around them he has this like kind of band of markings around his right arm, kind of streaking down towards his elbow. He's barefoot in this temperature, and he's looking at you all as you have as Gorag. Your sword is slinged back, aimed towards this tree, ready to chop it down in half. Do you continue with your swing?
I'm gonna stare at it for like a solid 3 seconds.
No!
And then I'm gonna swing.
Okay, roll strength.
Road strength.
Rowan is immediately after seeing this figure gonna run to one of the nearby trees and just hide behind it and
Okay.
kind of
Easily being seen.
Roll the
Get
hit or
down
flat
on-
strength.
Strength.
kind of sit down and
You're not gonna miss the tree.
get into a
+4.
fetal position almost.
22.
Okay. Your sword flings backwards. As you do, you can see it from 20 different perspectives through the mirrors of the various trees around you, kind of glistening. The blue wave-like emblem on it begins to curve back, and it kind of shimmers in the light. And you swing with all of your might, and as you do, your body twists, and you cut into the tree by about half an inch. And as you do, it sends a sharp reverberation through your hands as the tree cracks from the inside, and in an instant splinters and cracks into thousands of pieces.
I told you not to do that.
Sigurd kind of steps back in fear, and he says, "Well, I think we found them." Ice Whisperer and Corin, you see around you a various band of people. You see a couple humans kind of in their mid to late 20s, early 30s, kind of scattered about the area. You see this orcish figure that has this long sword that splintered your tree to thousands upon thousands of pieces, as well as this small hooded thing. You were able to determine the image of your figures about it. And then in front of you, the man that's just spoke, he has this old complexion to him with a dark black beard with some gray patches here and there. And he goes, we did not mean to offend you. And he looks over to you, Gorag, and he goes, he told you to stop. Do you not think?
No.
I can tell. And he looks over back to you. I'm utmost apologies. We are so sorry.
What are you guys doing here? No one should be out here.
Sigurd looks at you and he goes, "Look, I'm Sigurd. I am here on behalf of the group known as the Vagabonds, and we've come to request your aid. My home, Valia, I'm not sure if you know where that is, but it's pretty close to here. Is under great threat, and I heard through whispers and rumors that you would know about this curse that's been plaguing our land, our dead rising. It's more.
I can't help you. No one can.
Please, I'm begging," and he begins to kind of like tense up a little bit. You can tell that he had a lot of hope relying on this question to you.
Why do you want to help so bad? Everyone's struggling in this part of the world. What makes these people any different?
Please, I know you don't know us and don't know. Listen, this is a last cry for help. I have had many of those in recent weeks and recent days, and I'm sorry I can't offer you anything or do anything to help, but they're good people. And yes, they are struggling, and yes, many people are struggling during this time, but please.
What's in it for me?
Quite frankly, nothing. You don't have to help, we just need to talk with you and have answers.
I'll raise my hand.
Okay.
And I think it's Calderon. Yeah, Calderon. I'll point at Calderon. He has gold.
There's a lot of
Calderon reaches his hand back. Whoa, 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 whoa. Jess, I have gold, and if you wish to have it, kind of winces, I guess I'll give you some for your help.
No, I don't need any gold. I didn't always used to be this way, but last time I tried to help, my whole clan got slaughtered by a dear friend of mine. And I guess I'm just a little jaded.
Oh, I'm sorry about that, Calderon says with his hands kind of winced up. Sigurd goes, my utmost apologies. The people of Valia don't know much about you. You're like a local legend to us.
Yes, yes. I haven't seen people in quite some time, and when I do, they don't take very kindly to me. So I'm sorry if I'm a little on edge.
So we apologize, and he looks over at Gorai and he goes, apologize.
Sorry for breaking your weak tree.
Do not disturb the land here. It is very sacred. You don't know what you're doing, small, little, tiny man.
So he goes, thank you for apologizing. Listen, we just need to talk, just for a moment. We need answers about this, and we heard that, or I heard, that you know the most.
Come back to my tree and we can have a conversation over some tea.
Okay.
Go to the crib.
Bro's still sitting behind his tree. He ain't moving.
Okay.
I'll take a
We can see you.
follow me this way to where I live.
Okay. You see the figure turn and step, and as he does, it's quite weird. The snow around him shifts, but it doesn't leave as heavy as a footprint as you would think. He walks maybe half a mile or so. During this time, Sigurd just kind of follows with, kind of looks behind you guys, behind him towards the rest of you, kind of with a questioning look. You follow him for maybe half a mile or so. Eventually, your eyes are graced with something even greater than those of the icy trees of the ice-shattered forest around you. You see, and Sigurd goes, is that the heart of the winter? And as I look forward, it is a monumentally large tree. It is bark of pure white, and it glistens down the side, the sun reflecting beams off of it, cascading upon a out-clearing, kind of in the earth, maybe down 3 or 4 feet. You kind of look down, you look around, and this tree sticks up maybe a foot or two above the rest of them before abruptly cut off at the center, as if something took an axe of gargantuan size and chopped it in half. You look towards it, and in the center of it is quite a large, like dormant window made of pure ice. Kind of in the center of it, and beneath it, there's a large archway that leads to crystalline doors. You follow him down into his home. Once getting to the front of the door, it's perfect size for him and way too big for you to view. Yuki, you kind of walk past the handle as he swings it open. No hinges or locks or anything like that. Rather just ice that moves freely on its own. It's kind of wedged between 2 pieces of tree and hardened ground beneath it. As you walk by, it would be hard for you to reach the handles even of this door. You step inside, and as you do, it's one colossally sized room. There's a few pieces of furniture here and there that are kind of strewn about, made with various pieces of kind of ice-bound, looks like straw of sorts, with this wide kind of U-shaped array of ice blocks that makes the center part of the room kind of outjut upwards. Past it, there's various inscribings and writings, as well as some sticks of such that kind of propped up in various places. You kind of step forward and look through the rest of his abode that he's in. Sigurd goes, I've never seen anything like this before.
Yes, it's quite special. It is a beam of light in this desolate wasteland, but it's slowly dying.
Where you live?
Yes, I live here, along with all the animals in this forest.
And as you guys enter, as you guys stepped into the bottom of this, you see what was once kind of rid of animals. Now there's various creatures of various sizes appearing around the windowsill, as well as the outside kind of peering in. There's this crystalline white wolf or fox of sorts that kind of slurches his head down, red beady eyes staring at you. On the windowsill, 2 white owls land and kind of peering through with yellow bulbous pupils kind of staring and darting towards each of you, as well as some various small snow rabbits and snow jackals and such.
Come, sit down. I'll get some tea and we can discuss.
You guys will kind of find a spot to sit. It's very, very cold in here. The spots where you can sit are either snow packed on the ground or ice covered. So you guys are going to try to find a comfortable spot to sit. He walks over to the corner and begins brewing various cups that are also made of this kind of ice form, like vase of sorts. He pours a liquid into each and he hands each of you guys this cup of this brown, reddish solution.
What would you guys like to speak about? How can I help you?
Sigurd kind of looks around. He goes, well, like I said earlier, Valia is under a dark curse right now. I was told you would know more about it than me, but I can tell you what I know. Past the Umber Bridge are graveyards and are ceremonious sites where they buried warriors previously. Their everlasting rest has come to an end. They walk through our streets at night. They collapse our settlements, lock us into our houses at night. The militia and the watchmen have tried their best, but have all failed. Other than that, we are in the dark.
Yes, I may know something about who's behind this. Long ago, a dear friend of mine split my clan in half and took some of his people near there. But I'm not completely sure if he's behind it. But if he is, it's going to be a problem.
I definitely agree with you. A member of your clan, so another man, and he kind of looks at you, akin to the cold like you.
Yes, but he is nothing like me. He is twisted and sick.
Are you saying he's responsible for bringing our dead back to life?
I think he might be. I have not seen him in many years since he killed half of our clan.
Oh, I see. It might be daunting, but I brought some members of this party that I think would help us greatly. Calderon kind of sits there and he's like freezing in the corner.
For the first time in this kind of hole since the Ice Whisperer showed up, Rowan's kind of gonna slightly lift his head up and in a kind of shaky voice say, "So, you've experienced it too? Loss?"
Like you wouldn't believe. My family, my friends, everyone.
Wow. That's, yeah. I have a little bit inside of that. Definitely seen some loss here in these times recently. Makes me kind of feel a little bit better about this situation. So, what can we do to help?
Well, I might know a way into town that can sneak by under the light of dark. And we can do some more investigating, but I don't know if it's a good idea. This man is very dangerous.
Sigurd kind of pipes up a little bit. He goes, now, I understand how dangerous this is, and I'm grateful for the information that you have given, but unfortunately, I'm quite relying on a lot of things to fall in place, and you might be the greatest of them. Quite frankly, I'm begging you to help us, to come with us.
Taking a look around at you guys, I don't know that you're up to the challenge.
Okay.
You do not seem very experienced fighters.
I'm gonna jump onto the table, take my hood off. I'll let you know we killed someone 3 times your size 2 days ago.
Alright, little man. Talk is a lot, but I need to see some action.
Sigurd kind of looks around at the kind of rising action, and he goes, he kind of stands up and he goes, it's true! There's a man back there that can tell you a great number of stories about their saga. They slew a giant. They have Gorak Spleen Ripper, who tore the giant's back straight out of him. Not only that, but it has various people who are well acquainted with the forms of magic and the various spells across the land who are there as well. They were able to devise a strategy to conquer a foe taller than this tree itself. You guys all kind of look up. The tree shoots up maybe 20, 30 feet.
You might have what it takes, but on one condition. If this isn't who I think it is, I'm out. But if this is the man who slaughtered half my clan, it's on.
Okay, I'd like to hear that. We have a number of vagabonds that would be great company to hear your story. Tell me your tale around the campfire. Well, that is settled. It's quite the journey back. I told Stanley to be here tomorrow, so I told him we would set up camp out here. So we'll set up camp with.
What is this man's name, or what does he look like? How are we gonna know if you're in or out?
He's a fellow giant, just like me, part of my clan. His name is Loren. He's evil. You can just tell by how he looks.
I thought you were pretty scary when I first saw you, so
No.
I don't know that there's much of a difference there.
I haven't seen him in many years, but you'll know when you see him. He's bigger than me. He's stronger. He's more dangerous.
I don't really like the sound of that. But we have slain someone even bigger, I think. I mean, I haven't seen him, but yeah, like the little one said, that guy was pretty big earlier. But I mean, Gorak managed to throttle him, ripped his spleen out. So maybe if we throw Gorak at him, you know,
The man who couldn't get halfway through one of my tiny trees? I don't think so.
Your tree shattered on my blade. It was weak.
I would not act that way when I meet Loren.
Well, despite what you thought wasn't a very masterful feat, I think we've gotten even stronger since our last encounter, and I think I don't know how much help I'll be seeing him face to face, similar to the giant, but I think my friends here can manage to pull it off.
Well, you better hope it's not him, because if it is, we're in for a lot.
So-
Anything we might need to know about him in advance? Any weaknesses that you may know of, or how's he gonna approach it? How's he gonna?
He's a fellow ice giant like me, but unlike Druidry, he is not one with the forest. He's expert in magic and casting, much like necromancy.
Oh, wow. Most of the bigger folk that I've seen are typically more physically gifted than mentally gifted. So the fact that he has both is pretty intimidating.
Yes, he was beyond immeasurable power when he first slaughtered my clan, and I imagine he's only stronger now. But if you really are up to it, I will help you guys.
I don't know, guys. It sounds like a pretty tall task.
Why exactly do you want to help these people so much? Do you know them personally? Were you previous residents?
Originally, we were just here to, help some people. We heard from Sigurd here that people up north have been, just bad stuff was happening. The land was cursed, and we were just gonna come up here and do all that we could to help them. And then we managed to run into a bear along the way who happens to not be with us at the moment. He, I guess we forgot to bring him with us, so he's with the other group that we had. But we were planning to just help some people whose land was cursed. But and then again with that bear, he was from up here, so we're gonna help him too. But after kind of hearing about that, I don't know if we'll be much of a use anymore.
Well, if you really want to go through with this, you guys are truly kind people, because this is not something you just do on a whim.
Okay, I'm already standing on the table.
Yeah,
I'll
you're
walk
still,
back.
you're still on the table.
I get back
Stood
on
up
the
the whole
table,
time.
I get off and back on the table.
Okay, I want to walk over to Rowan. Like, you telling me that you dragged us out here on a 6-day round trip for us to back out now?
I mean, did you hear how he described them? I mean, we didn't know what we were getting into, but Sigurd said we could handle it, and then now it doesn't seem as likely. I mean, look at him. He's bigger, stronger, probably smarter than the Ice Whisperer here, who is boarded up in this thing, this ice igloo-looking whatever. And like you said, he killed half of his people, and if his people are that big, I mean, well, what do you expect us to do?
There's only one of him. We have 8 people here.
Well, look, I know you don't know that much, but he said he specializes in necromancy and undead magic, and means he's got an army at his disposal of dead people that have nothing to lose, and they're just going to come at us in hordes and hordes and hordes, and they could be just as big as him, if not bigger.
No,
we don't know what we're dealing with.
You're thinking of it backwards. They've died once. Think about how easy it would be to kill him a second time.
Yeah, but again, we still got to worry about him, and again, we don't know if he has friends or not. He could still have a couple of clan members or new friends that he's made recently.
Yes, he divided our clan into 2. I'm positive the other half are not undead. They will be willing servants, willing to die for him. And they are just like I am, frost giants.
We don't know what we're getting ourselves into. I think we might have bit off more than we could chew. I mean,
We haven't even taken a bite yet. We were all
Exactly.
gung ho about this until you heard Giant. I don't know what it is with you and them, but you gotta sort it out in your mind before you speak.
Just look at him. I mean, that's all there is to it. I can't help it, but I just don't think that there's much use of it. And we took out that one, but again, he had no backup. He had no help. It was just him by himself. And heck, we even caught him off guard. This guy probably knows he's out on the hunt. He's looking for bed. He's looking for things to kill him. And there's no telling how much he has at his disposal.
Well, before the Everfrost, my people were relatively peaceful. We lived off the land and respected the animals. Unless he is training an army, there's no saying how strong his followers are.
Well,
So they could be weak.
It's possible, but I wouldn't bet on it.
I need to get stronger, and I don't know how to use my magic. So either I'm testing it out on him, or I'm testing it out on your trees outside.
No.
Sigurd kind of rises up and he goes, "That won't be necessary. Don't let your saga die here. You see, there's been a many tale about you, Rowan Sharpeye. The one to blind the giant with a single arrow in both eyes. It's not something that many can do. Find the right trajectory, go through one eye, hit the skull, go out the other. Rowan Sharpeye. Now, all of you guys, there's been a many tale told, and only the vagabond know. I guarantee you, they're telling about you, all of you, to the town of Valia right now. Think about it. Champions of Valia, slayers of giants, returners of the dead, the Sharpeye, the Spleen Viper. I don't know if you fight for glory, but the people of Valia do. If you give them something to believe in, well, how about we can end this curse and avenge your clan?
Yes. I've been living in fear for some time now. I think it's about time to stand up for the Idaski clan and seek justice for what happened to them.
I agree. Well, are you in? We're all on Sharpeye.
Look, I wanna help people. I do. I just can't promise that I won't shut down again. I don't know. I'm willing to follow you guys in the battle because I won't let you go in alone. But I can't promise that I won't shut down on you. But I don't want that to happen, and I don't want you guys to fall for my ability to not do anything, my incapability.
Well, just know that the vagabonds have faith in you, and so do I. Maybe a night of sleep will allow you to think about it more.
Maybe. I'll try my hardest.
If you shut down, we'll be there to wake you back up. I'm pretty good at waking people up, huh? And I'll just gotta
Yeah, you
look
are.
at Music
little
Man.
one. You are, little one. I appreciate it. Appreciate all you guys. I know that I wouldn't have been nothing without you guys at that giant. I believe in you guys wholeheartedly. I want to do my best to help. Just, I don't know what's gonna happen.
None of us will. And that's the thrill of writing a saga for yourself. So I'll go down in the history books.
You're right. And if it's for the good of your clan, I think they deserve it too. And the rest of the people. And Bjornsson. I think there's a good reason to be doing all this. So,
Alright?
let's go out there and give them hell.
For your clan, for Valia, for the vagabond, and for all of us. Okay, Thank you all. And I wish we were at the tavern right now, but unfortunately we're not. I wish we were there sharing a drink and talking with the rest of the vagabond. They would make great company right now, but unfortunately they're not here. So instead, how about we make that tomorrow night? On me.
There's something.
The drinks are quite cheap up here, so on me.
I can't turn down a free drink, especially to get my mind off this.
There we go. And tomorrow, the desolate den. And the next day, are the names in the history books. How about that?
Something like that.
Let's go kill some ice trees, giants.
Yes, the second part, I agree. Okay. So after discussing for a good amount of time, but will transpire the day and the day after, all of you let the evening drift into the night, and where would you guys like to take your rest at?
I'm going to my bed.
Okay. What about the rest of you?
Not alone. I like that.
Are you guys inside his house or outside?
Yeah.
I'm still not gonna sled yet.
The sled, nowhere. No, the sled's not next to you guys. The
Everyone
sled's.
find an animal to keep you warm for the night.
Find the name.
They're quite friendly and
And
great cuddlers.
whenever he does that, a rather large swath of animals filtering through the door. Maybe 10 to 12 various sizes and shapes, and maybe 3 or 4 winter foxes kind of dash in and dart around the corners, slinking around each of you, kind of curling up between your legs and around your ankles. There's a good 5 or 6 bunnies as well, or rabbits as well. They kind of hop in with their red beady eyes and their white snow-encased fur. And then finally in steps. It sucks in as it does, and Corin, you're quite familiar with it. It's a maybe 4 foot tall and 6 foot wide snowboard, and it has like troubles breathing as it walks in, and it boom plops down, and the entire house kind of shakes a little bit. He rolls over on his side and he falls asleep quite quickly.
If I were you, I would call dibs on Kane first.
Dibs.
Okay.
You're a smart man.
So you guys all try to,
I'm gonna
Fine.
cast a speak with animals and just kind of meander through the house, through the hordes of them. And would anyone be willing to keep me company on this cold and lonely night?
A few of the animals kind of skip towards you. Some of the rabbits look up and they all kind of say, one after another, like, he understands us, he understands us. And a fox kind of dashes up your back and gets on your shoulder, kind of friend stepping over.
It's actually quite nice.
He goes, we haven't seen visitors in quite some time.
Yeah. You know anything about the curse that's over this land?
Well, we don't gather the forest very often, but we heard some things, what you said.
Okay, well, as long as you keep me warm, I'd appreciate it. I'll kind of just lay down somewhere.
Okay. As you do that, maybe 8 rabbits jump onto your chest and they'll kind of filter through. You guys will kind of lay about, each finding your own animal. And finally, the light that gleams through the large ice-encapsulated bulbous window goes away. The few glimmers of light from the moonlight begin to flicker through. And you guys are all in this dark heart of the winter. You guys will kind of drift off to sleep. And as you guys do that, you guys can all stay here for this. A distant but familiar voice. try to fall asleep, Rowan. Your dreams begin to coddle back, and you hear it one more time. Hey.
Who goes? Who goes there? What's up?
Sit up, and as you do, kind of look around, and the place is empty around you. It's just you. Go into a perception real quick.
Nope. This one. That's 19.
19. You observe and scan around the room that you were just in. Animals gone, and a cold chill kind of runs down your spine. As you see, standing in front of you, maybe 10 or so feet away, there's this tall, sleek figure, and you can see the outline of him as two wings poke out of their back, and a tail kind of drags along the ground as it steps towards you. It reveals itself in the moonlight, and as it does, the first part of his body appears. It's rather sun-kissed skin color as it steps through, and you see the sleek facial features and ears kind of jutted back along its talons along its hands, and a sinister face and scowl appears across this man's grin with his eyes red and his red hair sleeked back. And he says, "It's been a long, long time, hasn't it?
Who are you?
I think you know us." And from the other side of the darkness, another figure steps forward, and it's the girl
Okay.
in the
Yeah, I've seen
robe that you're familiar with her in.
seen her before. What's your business?
Well, and the girl begins to kind of rise and lurch, and the skin color fades from fair to kind of darkened, and they both stand at a similar stature, and the man walks towards you, and she begins rubbing her hand where her finger is missing. Well, consider this a debt of sorts. I believe you guys have something of ours, and I also believe that you owe somebody an apology.
What do you mean? I was just scared and defending myself. I think that's a fair reason.
The girl steps forward. She goes, "Oh, poor baby, you were defending yourself, weren't you?" And she begins to rub her finger where it should be. She goes, "You know, a few days from now, those who rest around you, not many will be left."
Why do you say that? They're a mighty strong bunch. They're not gonna go down that easy.
The man steps forward. He goes, "That's what you believe. We know the truth. You see, we've also been following this figure for quite some time."
Yeah. Could be even back at. Kind of noticed you since even Way Station 5. But I mean, if you followed us, you've clearly seen the feats that they've done and how far they've come as a whole. And the little one, even all of it.
The girl kind of hisses, "Oh, we've seen what you've done. You just haven't seen what he's done.
Who's he?
The one you're trying to slay.
Well, I mean,
You see, you're not the only one we have an interest in."
you're telling me the thing causing this the curse up in Valia, you're interested in it too?
She goes, "Oh, yes. You're so brilliant, aren't you? And maybe you'll understand that in a few days from now, many of you will die." And the man steps forward and he goes, "That's why we've come. Think of it as a thing that you owe to us. We've come with a bargain.
What kind of debt is this?
Tomorrow, meet us outside of the back of this tree. If you bring anybody, we will know. And once you're there, you will grant us full reign over your body. We promise to keep you all safe.
But what if I don't? What if I tell them all?
What proof do you have of us even existing?
I mean, you say you know a lot, but if you don't think we have any proof of you existing, clearly you don't know as much as you ag on to know.
The woman steps forward and she begins to wipe her lips a little bit. She goes, "We're always closer than you think." And you kind of look as from where nothing was before, Gorag is there now sleeping, and a bright burn begins to appear across his neck.
Yeah, I mean,
We are always a step ahead, and we know way more than you. So that's why we're asking you to make this deal with us.
what? And you'll keep everyone safe.
We promise you nobody will die from this. Just one.
But how can I trust you? This doesn't. It sounds too good to be true.
The man steps forward. Maybe I have something that will make you believe me. And he reaches his hand out towards your head, and he grasps onto it. And as he does, your vision is shot, and it goes very bright white, followed up by a dark and gray kind of haze. As the haze separates, you are now outside of this tree. Somewhere unfamiliar to you. You're standing on a cold, snow-covered bridge. And you kind of look around to your left and to your right. And in front of you, you see them again. And the man motions, just follow me. And then we are stepping forward. You walk for 15 feet or so before turning around, and the girl goes, "Well, are you joining us?"
No. Yeah, sure. Sorry. That seems unnatural. Sorry. I'll begin to follow.
Okay, you walk with him, pacing maybe 5 feet or so behind. As you step forward, eventually you approach this gray bill once more, stepping through it. Out of the other side, you're in this large hall. From the right, there's moonlight that glimmers through 3 chaliced windows that beam in front of you. There's large pillars that stretch to the left and right of you, extending up to a dark ceiling. At the end of this hallway, you see there's a figure in a chair. His legs are strewn out, and his arms are on the armrest, and his head is kind of cocked back. Again, drawing it from the left to the right. He stands up, and as he does, there's a stark specter of blackness that kind of coasts and glides by him to the right. To the left, there's this man with a jaw that's too far detached from his mouth to be natural, that steps forward to you with ghostly white hair that sleeks down to his shoulders, and on his hand he has this long blue pearlescent blade, and from it breathes a good amount of mist and fog from the blade's edge and the blade's hilt. And they walk a few steps, and from either side of you, you feel a hand her finger kind of roll from your shoulder to your arm, and on that side it's the female. On the left side, a man steps in front of you, his hands kind of crossed in front of his chest, and he looks over to the 3, and he looks over to you, and he goes, "And this is just a glimpse of what they have You need us.
It's all coming too soon. Still don't understand. Why us? Why here? Why me? Why any of this? What part in this saga do you have?
They look to you and they go and goes, oh, you listened to the Vikings' tales, this old drunkard's tales. And the man steps forward and he goes, quiet yourself. And he walks a few steps closer to you. He's within distance to where you can see the moonlight shine off of his perfect white teeth that kind of stretch back, and his two longer kind of canine fangs that extend down. And he goes, we've been following you for a long, long time. We've seen you for that time too. This is just the first time you've seen us. You see, you have an interesting past, and we would love to know more about it. Well, I think I've shown you enough. Don't want to spoil the surprise too much. And he steps backwards, and as he does, you're sucked back into your chair. You dash awake, and as you do, you kind of look around, and everybody's around you. You kind of stare, you look at each and everybody. There's something off about them.
I'll go inspect Gorag's neck.
And you stand up and you look around, and you see each of them. Yes, they're strewn about, and yes, the animals are there too. But a dark pool is underneath each of them.
Like blood?
Dark, red, viscous kind of substance. And on your shoulder, you feel a light push as you kind of step forward and look behind you, and there's the two standing there once more. And the man has his hand up like this on his face, kind of in a relaxed manner. And he goes, I think we've showed you everything.
Alright. I'll come to you guys. Just stop hurting these people. If I'm interested, if it's me, mess with me, do it with me, but don't stop hurting my friends.
The man steps forward and he goes, okay, and how about this new deal? You've intrigued me with this stake. We agree to not mess with, hurt, or do anything to your friends, as long as you give us full reins for the next 3 days. We promise you they'll be fine. It'll feel like you're in control, but in all reality, you're not.
And they'll all be safe.
Of course, we promise you. The woman pipes up and she goes, oh, and one other thing, please give me my finger back. I had quite a beautiful ring on it whenever it was cut off from me.
Well,
I'll forgive you on that for now if you strike our deal.
if you have full control of me, then
3 days.
I trust in your ability to get it back.
Okay. He reaches out his hand to you.
Yeah, I'll reach back and shake his hand.
Okay. You reach out to him. Both of you guys grasp hands. His hand is very warm.
Yeah.
You feel a slight singe in the palm of your hand. And as you do, he reaches back and he looks down. And you see that there's this large kind of burn hashing on his. You look down at yours, the same mimics you.
Kind of, as it's happening, just close my eyes and Maliki, like internally, Maliki, please watch over me and protect me through this endeavor. Keep those close to me safe. And I'll be back to normal soon. I hope.
The woman's voice pipes up. She goes, "Oh, it's so quaint. You're praying to your God." And she walks forward and she slaps you across the cheek. And as she does, your face kind of turns to the right. And you look back. And as you do, this kind of blur, as you head twists right to the left, the actual tree around you is gone and you're in the middle of the forest now. And she goes, "Do you think they prayed too?" And she fades away and you dash awake and the cold is blistering on your back and you look around. The tree is nowhere in sight from behind you. You hear,
Look around, turn around.
you turn over your shoulder and you see on the ground, strewn next to a clear tree, there's this small woman. Her head's craned back, and from it you see a spurt of blood on the actual ice tree behind her. There's a rather large chunk out of it. In front of you see this man with arms slung over and shoulders kind of strewn over as well. His face is ridden with this red, jelly, viscous-like substance that droops down the side of his mouth, dripping down, hitting the snow beneath you. And his eyes are this pureless black with a dot of red in them. His head and hair is manged, and his beard is unkempt and patches in some forms. His arms have pieces of themselves missing. He stares at you. And you're not dreaming. That's where we'll pick up after the break.
We back.
The gnarled creature that appeared behind you. His face adjourned too wide, and his tongue kind of rolling out of his mouth. He has this red blood dripping from his teeth and from his gums, kind of pouring down, hitting the snow beneath you. The harsh, cold wind piercing against your skin is what shows that this is not a dream anymore. You're back, and you're awake. And this man in front of you is real. He steps forward, takes 2 steps towards you, kind of hobbles towards you. As he does, you kind of notice and you see from his ankle there's a hatchet kind of implanted into it. And you see kind of the woman's, her arm is kind of a gaze to its right as if it was mid-swing before her neck was shortly removed from her neck. And her ankle, and his ankle kind of clatters, and you hear bone on bone kind of scraping as it inside the snow beneath you. And it steps towards you, one step after another, maybe 5 feet away or so. What do you do?
Reach for some sort of bow on my back that I'm assuming is there, which may
Okay.
not be.
Okay.
But if there's a bow, I'm gonna reach back and kind of draw the arrow as I back up.
Okay, you draw the arrow as quick as you can, and you begin to step backwards. Hey, hobble towards you step after step.
Yeah, I'm gonna. If he follows, I'm gonna release the arrow.
He slowly but surely steps as you step as well. A desolate.
Pretty dark out here.
It's pretty dark, yeah. The reason why it's like you can see it is the moon hits the trees and the trees illuminated, right?
Okay. Well, I also have dark vision, but I was just gonna. If he is seeing me with dark vision, then if the moon's lighting up, that's fine. But if he sees me with dark vision, I have the invisible condition to him,
Okay.
so he can't see me.
He still begins to like dawdle towards you,
Mhm.
step after step, and you release the arrow.
Yeah.
Okay. You take a step back, and as you do, go ahead and roll to hit, and go ahead and do it with advantage.
23.
He has an AC of 8, and so it definitely hits. Go to roll damage.
8. Where's the 8? There's no 8 there. 7 piercing damage.
7 piercing damage.
Yeah.
Okay. Into his chest, and he rears back. One more step forward towards you. He's still up.
I'm gonna keep running back, like kind of matching his I want to get a little bit farther away from him, but I can kind of match his pace
He's-
after that.
Okay, he's dragging his feet. This is the kind of the speed he's walking at.
Okay.
So he's
As soon as I can, I'll just keep shooting arrows if he keeps following.
okay. Go and roll hit again with advantage.
Natural 20.
Okay. Go and roll damage.
Double the dice or double the number?
The number.
Okay. What is it? 18 piercing.
The arrow. You draw quicker than the moon glistens into the trees around you, and the fletching into the night, in through the night sky, and your name speaks true, sharp eye, as you connect into one of his eyes, and it clears straight through his head, hitting the glassy tree behind him and pinging off into the distance. He kind of falls backwards in the snow.
Collect my bearings a little bit.
Okay.
Go back up to him and take the first arrow out of him.
Okay.
Clean it off. Try and assess myself, notice where I am, and maybe try and find any footsteps or try and find my way back to Corin's tree.
I'll let you roll either survival or nature.
I'll take survival. 16.
16. Okay. You turn around, you see a set of footsteps heading back. As you kind of trekked backwards, you padded into them as well. It seems this is the way that you came.
Okay. I'll kind of on a high alert, but like longbow drawn and ready, but kind of follow my way back.
Okay. You're walking back warily. As you step backwards and back into forestry, the light around you, creating this weird miasma of reflections and snow. You look to your left and your right, and you're shuffling behind you. You step forward. You turn around, and you see it's the woman from earlier that was cast about on the tree, and she steps toward you. She's able to kind of hobble a little bit faster, though.
You know the drill.
Okay.
Taking
Go roll the hit.
a shot, and I'm gonna keep retreating as I do.
And then this one regularly.
Okay. 15.
It's
11 piercing.
arrow flies out, and from where her neck was kind of bitten, you can see a piece of the actual skeletal bone kind of sticks out and keeps her neck intact with her body, and you're able to collide with it. And you hear a nasty sounding, almost like bone-breaking, crunching noise as the arrow hits it, and your head turns completely to the left, and as it does, your arrow pierces through her neck, and she kind of grabs at it, and she steps forward at you, she grabs your collarbone, and she face plants into the snow in front of you.
Stay down, little one. As I'm gonna go up to her with my short sword and just slash her neck.
Okay.
Make sure she's dead. Double tap that sucker.
Okay. You're able
And
to
then-
do it with ease.
Pull my arrow back out. Clean it off. This one's seen a few victims tonight. And put it back in the quiver and continuously on alert, making my way back to the tree.
Okay.
Following my footsteps.
Okay. You step back, and eventually, after 5 or so minutes of walking, you see the tree maybe 60 feet away from you now.
Okay.
You step forward, make it about halfway, when you see the familiar girl walk around the corner in her drabs and her white kind of tunic, and she looks over at you. And she goes, "I'm so glad that you made that deal."
Stop where you are.
She goes, "Up." And as she does, your body begins to move involuntarily. And you quickly unlock your arrow and you place it in your quiver. She goes, "Don't forget about the deal and how we just made it."
Alright. Sorry. You know, you kind of thrust a guy out in the middle of the tundra and a couple zombies in his way, and he's not going to come back to you lightly, so I apologize.
"It's okay, silly. We didn't do that. You did." She points at the footprints. She goes, "Anywho, just wanted to say one last goodbye." She steps back, starts walking deeper into the forest.
But make my way back up and attempt to fall asleep.
You're able to climb your way back and clamber back into the hut, and as you do, the animals that you were around are neatly kind of arranged where you were, right around where you were sitting. You get back and you lay down, you kind of drift off into sleep, and you hear it. Where have you been? It's the fox. That was on your shoulder earlier.
Oh, well, I wouldn't understand him unless I can speak with animals. So
Does not last for a full day.
no, it's 10 minutes.
Oh, okay. He.
I'll cast speak with animals again
Okay.
and kind of talk to him.
You just stood up and started walking away.
Is that all you saw? Anything else?
I didn't want to disturb you.
Well, no, that's fine. You know, I guess I'm a bit of a sleepwalker.
I guess so, yeah. You got me worried for a second, though. I'm glad you're back, though.
Next time, don't be afraid to wake me. I'd rather that than me wandering off in the middle of the night. Nobody else. Thought I was toast out there. It's not your fault. Just, if it ever happens again, feel free.
Okay.
Did you see anything else tonight?
Not really, no. I just left you to your own devices. I stayed in here.
Okay. Well, I'll be back off to bed then, unless you have anything else for me.
No, just glad you're back.
I need to get some sleep for tomorrow.
After that, you drift off. Finally, the full night's rest. What wakes you all is the sun gleaming through the ice-shuttered windows. The thing that wakes you first, though, besides the sun kind of peering through, it kind of gleams through your eyes, and you'll kind of look up, but you see Kane kind of, and you, as he steps, and you guys jolt away as Kane begins to roll around where he's sitting, and looks out the door, and he steps, and he lets his head pierce, kind of open the door up for him, and he squeezes through the other side. You guys are all awake now. The morning is yours.
Is there still blood all over them?
No.
Alright.
How did you guys sleep? Did the animals keep you warm?
A lot better than I thought they would.
Oh yes, Kane is quite the good spooner, I'll tell you what. Keeps me company out here all alone, these animals. The only thing keeping me from going insane.
Sigurd kind of stands up and he's like, well, I'm quite ravished with food. I'm very hungry. I forgot to pack rations, so if you all don't mind, maybe we head out soon. I know Stanley is a lot more afraid than we are of this forest, so I don't think you'd like to keep him waiting.
Oh, well, I don't have a whole lot, but the forest always provides. But I'll see what I can find.
Okay.
I'll go check my pantry, I guess.
Okay. We'll meet outside in maybe 10 minutes.
Alright.
Sounds good. Are you guys about ready to go? I'll pack up what I need.
Yeah, we're all packed, ready to head out.
Alright.
We appreciate your hospitality, sir.
No problem. I'm just gonna make sure I let the animals know what's happening. I haven't left in years.
That's perfect. Do you go by the Ice Whisperer or
Just corn is fine.
Corn? I'm Rowan. Nice to meet you.
Not corn. Corn. Ice Walker.
I said corn.
Say, not corn. You know what? Never mind.
I said corn.
Yeah, that's my bad.
Gordon, right?
It's corn.
Is that not what I said?
I feel like we have a misunderstanding of accents here.
Where are you from?
From?
I don't recognize your accent.
Just down in honestly, I don't really know where I'm from. I kind of just traveled around the countryside for most of my days. I'm a traveler. I don't really stay in one place for too long.
Yes, I've met someone that spoke like you once. They were quite the hit.
You got something wrong with how I talk?
No, good fellow. Very hospitable.
Mm. I'd like to think of myself the same way.
Well, we'll meet you out front.
Yes, sounds good.
As we're walking by, I'm just gonna pull up to Rowan. You're missing an un, friend. Un.
Yeah, said corn.
You're still missing it. At the very end, not in the beginning, not in the middle, at the end. Try it again.
I'm saying corn.
You might be hopeless, friend. I'll just walk off.
Corn.
I'm just gonna.
I apologize, corn.
No, don't worry about it. I'm just gonna let the animals know that I'll be gone for some time.
After about 5 or 10 minutes of notifying the other animals of where you're off to and name debate, you're able to make your way outside and see your kind of motions you guys to follow. You travel for 5 or 6 hours. So would you like to do anything during this time? A good 5-hour trip.
Rowan's just gonna be checking his bows and his bow and his arrows, making sure they're pristine, and then also probably noting down everything he sees in his guidebook, safe spaces, dangers, parts about the weather, the nature here. Just taking notes like that.
Music Man will tune his fiddle, play a few notes here and there.
Gorag's gonna check his longsword to see if the tree did any substantial damage to it.
No, not to this sword, no.
It's not a bad sword.
And Emmerich will be changing gears in his arms
Okay.
for new spells.
Sigurd follows suit throughout the trail that you guys kind of followed yesterday. And after a long walk, you hear from the edge of the forest, "Oh, finally! I've been waiting all day!" And you look and you see Stanley is kind of pacing around his dogs, kind of sitting in between them. He's like, he kind of looks forward and he goes, "You have no idea how cold it is and the stuff that's out here." And whoa,
Yes,
And
there's a
this-
big guy.
this man that's roughly 3'8" looks up towards you, Corin. He goes, "Hello?"
Who might you be, little fellow?
He looks at you and goes, I'm just the person that took them here, yeah." Looking like crane straight up towards you.
Will you be joining us then?
Of course. Yeah. Anything you say.
Well, let's go then.
He kind of shuffles back a few feet before quickly making his way to the front of the sled. You guys all hop in the back, and Corin, it is quite cramped for you. Kind of have to crane your neck down a little bit in the back of this. It's something you've seen before. There's roughly 6 like dog-like creatures in the front, and 2 rows of 3 that pull this long, stretched out, canvas-covered wagon of sorts with 2 long metal and sharpened blades on the bottom to kind of skate and slide across the ice and the snow.
What kind of like dogs are they?
Actually, yeah, you would know them. You're not familiar with them in where you're currently residing, but they look like a cross hybrid between a dire wolf of sorts, so a larger, more like of an apex predator than a regular pack of wolves creature, and huskies.
Can I talk to him?
Sure, yeah.
How's the journey? Are they treating you guys well?
They look towards you and they go, yeah, for the most part, yeah. Stimley's been a very good owner of us, and the journey here was quite long, but we were able to complete it.
Well, don't worry. If you take us to where we need to go, you can always stay at my tree, and I'll give them some of my food.
Begin eating it. After you do that, you guys all get in the back of the sled and you begin coasting out towards the town of Valia. During this roughly maybe 40 or so minute trek on the snow scattered plain, anything you'd like to say or do or prepare before you reach the town?
So how would you guys like to go about this? If you're asking me, I think it would be best to go at night. I know the people are out at night. These hollow shells of people, but that's when Loren will be most unsuspecting. He will be most likely resting.
Yeah. I guess last night had a conversation with one of the foxes that was sleeping near me. I slept walking, ended up out in the middle of nowhere. Had to finish off 2 of the zombie buggers, undead creatures. And
You ran into them.
yeah, just 2 of them.
And this is the first we're hearing of it?
Why didn't you alert us?
This is something that's kind of important.
By the time I made it back, I was safe and sound. Didn't make a big deal out of it. Wasn't anything too crazy. I didn't think it was that deep of a deal. And I've been comparing it to been having dreams recently, so wasn't sure if it'd been real or not. Still kind of trying to wake up and decipher what I'd seen. So I was just making sure. And they weren't too difficult for me to dispatch, but I like the idea of going in at night as well.
But I feel like we should take a few days to understand what we are going against. We should at least prepare, and then we can study at night.
One of them was eating on this lady, I guess. And the lady turned into it as well. She's kind of a rotten corpse almost. They weren't very fast. Pretty easy to hit, but they will feed off of you.
You're sure this was not a dream? I imagine my animals would have warned me about this. If anything ever enters the forest, I'm the first to know.
It felt pretty real to me. I guess I can't confirm it, but I came back and talked to one of your foxes. I guess you could talk to him. Kind of too late for that now, but
Yeah, it is possible because they were undead that they weren't able to tell.
seemed like nothing else was out. That was all I saw when I was trekking my way back in. So all your creatures must have been asleep, I guess.
So let's just, in continuation, if we do make it through this, let's warn the rest of us if you do a dream, and especially if it's a possibility of becoming a reality, because we still don't see the corpses, but
Is this a common occurrence with him?
it's coming more common as it goes on, it seems.
How much do you guys trust him? Is he trustworthy?
I trust everybody here as far as I can throw them. Except him, I could probably throw him pretty far.
That's alright. He's a young buck, much like me, just not as wise.
Look at the 20 wisdom.
Very wise for my age. I suppose we actually see what is going on. many years since I've been there. A lot can change.
So should we go in during the day and explore, or do you want to sneak around at night? See if we can find anything.
Have you guys heard of stories of being able to get in during the daytime?
I have no earthly idea. We don't know much about Valley. The only thing we know is what Sigurd's told us. And he
Sigurd's
just
at the
said there
front.
was a curse over the land.
Well, there's nothing stopping us, or he's not said anything about it. And I feel like it might be safer to at least set up and then be defensive instead of an attacking.
Yeah,
Because
well,
we do not know the size of what has been raised.
yeah, we have several. Of course, I'm not going to be doing any sneaking through town, but someone smaller like the baby elf will be able to slip right in.
Well, if you want me to, it sounds like fun. Although I'm not very good at sneaking around. I seem to be more chaos than sneaky.
I can if it comes down to it.
I would hope so.
Sounds like a plan.
The rest of the journey is pretty uneventful. There's not very much to look at through a caravan or through a canvas-covered sled. We'll just kind of prepare for what's in store for you. As finally you crest this hill, you guys kind of feel it as it rises up maybe 20 or so feet for around 5 or 6 seconds. Finally kind of reaching the apex on top of it. And Sigurd goes, home sweet home, Stinley. And Stinley goes, wow, this place, man. And you feel both of them kind of get off. Stinley and like clap his hands together as the you hear like reins being pulled, and Sigurd steps out and he once more taps the side of the sled. He goes, hey, we're here.
Yeah.
You guys can get out now if you want. I guess you can stay in here, but your choice.
Sigurd, is there any reason we wouldn't be able to come in to Valia during the daytime?
No.
No. All right. My friend Corn was just
Guess let's have a look around then.
saying something about it, so I wasn't sure if you knew anything.
Yeah.
Guess you haven't been here in a while. Things could have changed.
Been a little bit, but I was welcome here last time, I believe. And if we aren't welcome here, then where's the vagabond at?
For all we know, they could be dead.
I hope not. Anywho, you hear his footsteps begin to walk away from the sled. He yells out, if I'll let you guys walk around town for a little bit, but I'll be at the Desolate Den if you guys are ready. The vagabonds are there, so welcome to my home. You guys walking away, and you guys all climb out of the back of the sled as well. And as you kind of step out and you look around, Stanley's readying the wolves, kind of walking them towards this. It's kind of on top of this hill, and you look behind you as you step out the opposite side of town, and you see the endless valley stretch out before you. You guys are probably on top of a 30-ish foot hill, 40-ish foot hill. And you kind of round the corner of the sled and look as the wind picks up a little bit more. You see a town that looks like it was under attack. There is cross sections of wood strewn about along the outskirts. At each of them, there stands a person, each of them with rather standard leather aprons or small like leather caps on with hand axes or kitchen knives kind of standing there at the ready. There's maybe 3 or 4 of these kind of dawdle about on this side of the village, and past it you see a very long stretch of this kind of center road that clears out to the other side of the actual town. And to the right, there's a large blackened stoned tower, and there's somebody on top of it sweeping snow off of the top of this kind of cobblestone point. And behind him, there's a man standing there with a crossbow at the ready, kind of looking about, and he's looking down at you guys, maybe 200 feet away or so. And the person approaches you guys' actual sled, and as he does, it's this orange, bearded, kind of scrawny, scraggly looking man with sunken in cheekbones. He picks his hair up from over his eyes as he stares out at you guys with his woolen hat on. And he goes, "Sigurd, is that you?" Sigurd steps forward and he goes, "Oh, it's been too long, friend." And he walks up and they hug each other and they grab each other by the hand and they kind of give each other a pat on the back. They begin conversating with one another. As they do that, what would you like to do?
Where did you meet this man? Sigurd, where did you meet him?
Yeah, well, we found him down at Way Station 3. We came from White Lake and on a quest for this guy that owns a business there, looking for actually the thing that Gorag is using right now.
Sword. Spleen split.
Yeah, looking for that. And then he found us down while we were taking a break in the way station when we returned for a little bit, about to head back to White Lake, and he told us that there was trouble up here. We decided to come look for it.
He seems trustworthy, but do you think he could maybe be leading us into a trap?
That never even crossed my mind, honestly. He seems pretty forthright, and the people he's with seem pretty down to earth. And, I mean, they were just in the tavern, just celebrating, drinking like any other crew would. They were singing cheers. Stanley, the guy that brought us here, seemed to appreciate him. We had no reason not to trust him, and I mean, a lot of us seem like we're pretty on edge a lot of the time, but I guess at least I didn't pay any mind to it.
Well, I'd like to speak to the rest of this vagabond and see what they have to say about this town.
What have you heard about it?
All I know is, well, to be honest with you, I haven't heard much about it since the Everfrost, since you guys came to my forest. I just assumed that they were struggling just like the rest of us. Too busy worrying about myself.
Yeah, I mean, it looks like I definitely don't have it easy up here. Looks pretty beat up. But they seem to be making it just like the rest of us are. I mean, to be fair, on your point, it doesn't look too cursed from here, but obviously there's a deeper evil that probably only comes out at the nighttime, if I had to guess.
For all our sakes, I hope it's not Iliad.
You guys kind of walk across the snow-covered path, eventually leading into Valia. As you walk by, the people that are standing watch. Their faces look gaunt and scared. They have chattering teeth. Their arms kind of envelop closer to themselves, trying to keep any warmth that they have. As you cross them and pass them, you see the rest of Valia. There's scratches on doors as you walk by, footprints in the ground as well. There's some windows that have shattered spots in them here and there, covered with tarp from the inside, blankets as well. Eventually, after crossing maybe a few dozen people. The town has a steady populace here. A gray hooded man is standing in the street, and he has this small cowbell and he's clanging it back and forth. And he goes, "Soon you will all see. Queen Siena's day of reckoning is upon us." And he's clanging that bell back and forth. He looks around, and he has this long gray beard that stretches down past his chin and towards his chest area. And he has these white, kind of faded eyes, and he has this long, kind of black streak that comes from eyebrow across to the other one that kind of streaks down both sides of his eyes. And he looks towards you guys, and he goes, "Repent now, Queen Siena. Her judgment will come soon."
Any of you guys heard of a Queen Siena? I've never seen her.
Yeah, go to roll religion.
Nat 20.
No.
I would say no, but yes, you have heard glimpses and tales of Queen Siena. More to the northern side of True Bride, they have their own sort of pacts of religion. The northern area is kind of windswept, maybe 150 miles or so, spanning from east to west, maybe 80 from north to south. This region has its own set of gods and goddesses, and Queen Siena is the goddess of death.
I'm gonna walk up to him, stick my hand out. Hey, nice to meet you. My name is Queen Siena.
He looks out at you and he goes, "How dare you speak ill upon Queen Siena's name? How dare you lavish that name? One day when her reckoning comes, you will be the first to go."
Sir, forgive us. He's just a child.
We are all Queen Siena's children one day.
Not exactly what I meant, but that's okay. Let's steer clear of the man with the bell, Yuki.
You walk away, and as you do, he reaches out and grabs your shoulder and he brings you close and he goes, "You have time to repent, little one. Time. There's not much of it, but you have time."
Oh, well, I'm sorry. And I'll walk up.
Okay. You kind of jerk your shoulder away from him and you begin walking away. He goes, "Heed my warning, all Queen Siena. Your teachings, all will be your students here." And he is banging his cowbell once more, walking down the street, screaming chants about Queen Siena.
Anyone actually know about this Queen Siena? I've never heard of her.
Like that,
Definitely
yeah.
not.
She's their goddess of death, but that's all I really know.
I've never seen her.
I already made that joke.
Damn.
He's the only person that made it in person. What did you?
No, I made it in character.
I
That
didn't
sounds
know.
very much like the person we could be looking for, to be honest with you. Goddess of death that bring them back to life during the night.
Very possible. My encounter was real, but could be something along the lines of it.
Just another wire to follow. Let's at least find a place to stay. Maybe a shop. Something.
Can I talk to what's the name? The guy.
Which guy? Sigurd?
Yeah.
He's not with you guys.
Oh, he's not.
He's still talking. As far as you know, he's still talking to the guy at the start. You guys kind of walk by him. If you want to look around, though, go to a perception. So you kind of see it that's of interest. Let everybody roll it.
Everybody?
Perception, yes.
Yeah.
Once again, perception.
It's not gonna be what my modifier is.
Let me know what y'all rolled. Yuki. 11.
11.
11. Morag.
2 plus.
Okay. For one.
14.
For one.
Minus 1.
You rolled a dirty 1.
Rowan, what'd you see?
14.
14.
I had 18.
18 core.
Plus. Yeah, it was 18.
18. What'd you roll?
5.
4.
23. 23 for
23.
Cora.
Corin, you're able to quite clearly see a few different places around this town. Though it's your first time here, there's things that stand out more than anything. One
Yo, you
is a great, tall, kind of like triangle-shaped cone building, and on the front of it, there's 3 banners that kind of stream down in the front. One with a wolf's head extending to the left, facing towards the center, and on the left side, there's a picture of a crow or a raven of sorts, with his beak open, looking towards the center as well. And in the very middle, there's a bear's face staring downwards towards you. There's one banner that's blue, which is the wolf, yellow, which is the raven, and red, which is the bear. These kind of like faded banners that hanging down. You see people kind of walking in and out, and there's a rather large crowd kind of gathered there. Past that, towards maybe the center of the town, on the right side, you see people that are standing outside of this. It looks like a tavern of sorts, and they have their arms slung around each other, and they're kind of humming and they're singing with each other outside of the desolate den. Not only that, but there's this weird kind of building kind of out. Johnny, you kind of remember as you walked in, it's past all the buildings on its own. It's a small little mud lodge kind of hut, unmarked place, and then finally the tower itself that you guys all saw walking in. It's a tower of black cobblestone, and there's a man standing out in front of it. He's kind of sitting with his back against the wall, lazily looking to the left and to the right. He has what the outer wall guardsman did not have, and that's actual equipment. He has this studded leather kind of on his shoulders, on his chest, beaming down. He has a nice kind of blue undercoat tunic that runs down as well, and he has this pointed helmet that covers his nose as well as the bridge of his nose, and just makes slits for the eyes, and he has a large battle axe on his back.
You know, we really should talk to the vagabond, but I also would like to speak to this man under the tower. He looks like a guard of sorts. Maybe he knows what's going on.
There don't seem to be too many authority folk walking around here. That might not be a bad idea. Sigurd said that vagabonds would be at the desolate den. Well, yeah, we can always go there. No telling where this guy will be in a few hours or so. So I think if you want to go talk to him, you better go now.
Yes, I think I might. I'll make my way towards him.
Okay. Towards the guys under the watchtower.
Yeah.
Okay. He has this like golden beard and kind of mustache that encapsulates over it, and he has long locks that streak down his back. He has his back kind of lazily pressed against the cornerstone of this building. He looks at you as you walk over, and he lets out a long, exasperated breath.
Are you not scared to see me? Most humans.
No, we do not have any more spare rations. No, we do not have housing available. And no, I'm sorry, I'm not taking watch again.
I think there's some kind of misunderstanding. We're not looking to get anything from you. I just have a few questions.
Oh, I just answered them.
You don't like your job very much, do you?
No. Not many of the watchmen like their job.
Would you happen to know anything about the nightlife here?
Around Valia, not much of a nightlife besides the den. You're talking about the night unlife.
Yeah, that sounds more like what I'm referring to.
Are you not from here?
No.
Well, you made a mistake coming here.
Can I just please have a moment of your time?
You're having it.
Do you know who's causing this?
No.
Can I roll persuasion? Dude, this guy sucks.
Persuasion? What do you want to persuade him?
To tell me if he knows anything about what's
Sure.
going on here.
Sure. You can roll persuasion to try to persuade him, or you can roll insight, see if he's telling the truth.
I'm gonna roll.
Okay.
Okay, +5 insight, yeah.
To see if he's telling the truth.
Yeah. If he's telling the truth
He can
about
use the trait.
if he knows.
Okay.
Trait right there, good.
16.
Clear as glass. This is everything he knows.
Tell him the truth.
This guy don't know them.
If you want to complain, the Great Hall is open right now. I must warn you, it's pretty hard to get in. The Jarls are there.
The Jarls?
Yep. Oh, you're not from here.
Who are the Jarls?
He rubs his eyes and stands up and fixes his posture. The Jarls are the leaders of the three great clans, and they're having their meeting right now. It's probably going nowhere, and people are probably screaming at each other. If you have any complaints, please go over there, and please leave me alone.
What would their meeting be about?
Anything.
Oh.
Food, water, probably. Well, you guys have heard of it, the unlife that has been happening around here. Listen, they tell me what I should do, and I have to do it, so.
This guy clearly is just a guru. He does not know what's going on.
He's talking with you guys, and suddenly a large huff of snow falls from the top of the tower onto his head. And you look up, and you see a guy that was with the broom really swept onto him. And it hits on his head, and it kind of makes his helmet fall down to where he can't see with his eyes. And he grabs it, and lashes it onto his belt, and he looks up, and the guy up there is giving the biggest, cheesiest grin ever. And the man that got the actual snow dump in his head gets his battle axe and tosses it onto the ground. He goes, "You know what? If I last straw with you," and he begins running up the tower.
I don't think really is getting
Let's
in
just,
there.
let's get away from here.
Yeah, these people need to be saved.
Was everyone there for this?
Yeah, everybody was around you.
Well, I suppose we should probably go check out this meeting between the clans.
Probably the best spot we're gonna find some information from these people.
So you guys would make your way over to the Great Hall, or what you said was a Great Hall?
Do any of you guys recognize these banners? Have you heard of these clans?
This is not. I'm gonna guess none of us other than man who knows many things. I don't know. You have you have an odd number of understanding.
You can try a roll for it.
What should I roll?
History.
A dice.
A D20 preferably.
18.
No idea.
Yeah, I got nothing.
Yeah, we're screwed.
One guy said that they're clans, so I imagine that pretty similar to your.
Yeah, they're not like them.
No.
But similar in the sense of it's just people from around here. At least if none of us really know.
You gonna try to roll history too?
Yeah, I'll roll history.
Alright, let's see.
+4 to 18.
Yeah, you got no idea. Absolutely no idea. None of you guys are from this far up north. And if you are, you're not acquainted with social life around here.
Best to check out the Great Hall, I guess.
So you guys make your way over there. You approach, and as you do, the one thing that appears common is arguments. People, they're various colors, and so there's red, yellow, and blue. That's the common colors you see here. As you do, there's blue arguing with yellow for the most part, and then red is trying to step in and separate the two. There's a man in the blue tunic, and he goes. He grabs a member that has kind of this red tunic on, and he raises his hands up and he strikes the man across the chin. And as he does, he goes, "By Bjornson's dead body, you've done nothing to help us." He pushes him over to the ground, and the man on the ground goes, "Listen, don't you say that about him." And he stands up, and they begin squaring off against each other. And the man says, "Just because your people have a problem with the unlife coming back does not mean our clan has to get involved." And this is happening outside. There's much more arguing coming from inside the hall.
Honestly, these people might be plagued with more internal conflict than external. Seems like they might just be fighting amongst themselves about what seems to be right or wrong. They can't agree on anything.
You guys want to step more into the hall, or just kind of sit outside?
What do you think of this music, man?
I don't know.
I'm gonna stay up here. I don't do well with the arguments and yelling.
Can I look around and see if there's anyone that isn't arguing? Like
Like-
any red people that are just kind of chilling on the side?
Sure. Roll perception.
Specifically, only that.
What'd you roll?
Redditors.
What'd you roll? A 7. People that aren't arguing are standing kind of in grimace and with agreement of one person or another. So if they're not directly arguing, they're involved with it.
There you
The great hall is just a place full of arguing between these 3 separate clans. The one with the wolf in blue, the crow in yellow, and the bear in red.
Are they even like phased by
You guys,
seeing me?
they're too caught up in whatever they're talking about right now. Some people may shoot a glance at you, but the issue at hand is
Can I even? I guess I'll try to walk in deeper.
okay. All of you just you.
Do y'all want to go in?
I'll stay on the edge. I don't do well in this.
I'll
People
walk
look
around
out here.
stealthily.
Music man, maybe you can talk some sense into them. Get them to stop fighting. You're pretty good with your words.
Maybe so.
Yeah, I'll go in.
I know you don't like using them, but it seems like that's what these people need to unite with each other instead of bicker about. I mean, I know we don't know what's going on, but maybe we can go inside and figure out and help them out.
Yeah, I'll go along and just like, not stealthily, just behind, just listen.
Okay. Yes. Kind of walk in and kind of creep in. How it's arranged is there's 2 gargantuan pillars that kind of support the front part of the actual hall. And as it stretches down, there's maybe a dozen in total, 6 on both sides, smaller ones that kind of shoot up. And you see there's just a big mess and swath of people that are standing around, arguing with each other, bickering back and forth. And in the front, you see that there's 9 large, like throne great chairs in the front. There's the blue banner of the actual wolf, the yellow banner of the crow, and then the red in the center behind each of these steps. Each of them have a member sitting in between them. The crow has this rather kind of lanky and perched-looking man with long black hair and kind of a pointed nose and jet black hair and eyebrows. And he looks to his left, and he's talking and whispering with the man next to him. The man in red in the center, he has his arms crossed, and he has a large, great, fiery red beard with red hair, and that's kind of knotted back into this large single braid. He has his arms crossed, and the people next to him are talking in front of him. And then finally, the blue banner. Each of those guys are kind of muttering between themselves, arguing. One of them has this wolf pelt. It's kind of stretched over his head, gleaming backwards on his back. What do you guys do?
Is that in character?
I'll walk up to the big thrones.
You walk into the thrones?
Yeah.
Okay. You begin cutting between people's legs, kind of slipping through. People aren't really taking notice of you, more so talking with each other. And you pretty easily make your way to the front of these 3 great chairs.
Okay, I'm gonna walk up to the ginger one.
The
Right.
bear? With
Yeah.
okay.
I'm gonna. Hello, we are the mercenaries you hired to kill all the undead. And I'll point to my friends back here.
He looks down at you. As he does, his chair creaks behind him with such an immense weight being lifted off of it. He puts his hands over the guardrail that's above him, and he stands up. As he does, he makes his chair behind disappear with his size. The bear banner behind him stands valiantly, and he looks down towards you, and he goes, "Dear child, you have a wild imagination, but I promise you we did not hire you."
The town council! you know, they came to us about 3 days ago and they said we could come and help save your entire town. That's what we're here to do.
He goes, no, that's not what you're here to do. And he looks up, that's what they're here to do. And you guys all kind of, the people kind of fall silent as you hear some footsteps and some clanging of metal back and forth. You guys turn around and look at the great hall entrance. And as you do, you see some figures approaching. There's 7 figures in total. From the front, steps this muscular and tall man. He has a scabbard on his side with the short sword in it, and he has 3 daggers kind of across his front belt, and on his back he adorns this ginormous great sword. He has this large grin on his face as he steps forward, and he's looking to the left and to his right as people are talking behind him. To his left is a man even taller than him. It's roughly Corin's height, but maybe 300 pounds heavier on both sides of him. They kind of step forward, their bellies moving as they do. One of them has this large kind of like maul on his back with studs of silver ingrained in the handles and on the blunt end of it. The other one steps forward as the hall begins to shake around them. He has, from what you can see on the back, a curved scimitar that's maybe 5 or so feet in length. On the left side of the one that has the actual sword, you see this cloaked man with a cloak over his head, and he has raven feathers over his shoulders, over his back, kind of streaking down. He steps quietly next to the larger man next to him. And then on the right side, there's this woman with 2 long brownish orange braids that kind of peel back towards her head, and she has 2 of these small hand axes on her hips. As she walks forward, her arms are exposed, and she has these long leather braziers from her wrist down to her elbow. She bears this bluish kind of runic symbols along her arms and her face as she steps forward. Next to her, there's this kind of solemn and tall figure. He swings his arms smoothly as he coasts forward. He has a whip coiled up on his hip, and then his other one, he has one kind of adorned on the other side. And he steps forward, and he has this long kind of hood on. He sleeks it back, and as he does, it reveals a mess of blonde, luscious kind of hair streaking backwards down his shoulders. And next to him is Bjornsson. These are the Stormstriders. That's what we'll end tonight's session.